How's it going, pals? I got another one for you, just like I said I would. Got the last Mohican on Kislev up against Ash on the Bretonnia. For the Kislev, we have Ice Witch Tempest on a Frost Wyrm with Guardian Call, Snowflake Pendant, Hellstorm, and Hawks of Miska. And for the rest of the army, we have another Frost Wyrm. So dual Frost Wyrm, it's very popular nowadays. I'm sure people will get tired of it soon, hopefully, before the new DLC drops. But if not, then, I mean, big deal. I mean, Kislev will just continue to be banned as usual. But yeah, they're pretty good nowadays compared to when they initially came out. They were pretty horrendous. So it's crazy that CA just manages to constantly do that. Release a crappy unit, make them really good or busted, or release a really busted unit and then nerf them until they're unusable. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Anyways, for the rest of the army, we do have Kislevite warriors and for the Kossars with spears, a whole bunch of Kossars with spears. We do have some Kossite dervishes as well, just behind those guys. And some more Kossite dervishes on the flanks, plus 2 horse archers and another Kossite dervish vanguarded. For the Bretonnian side, we do have a heal position set up, very defensive one, seen as a lot. I find it kind of gross and ugly, these little line formations, like this is up against freaking AI, but, you know, that is what it is. King Louen on his Bilkus with Sword of Corone, and that is it. Royal Hippogriff Knights as well. Of course, gotta have his bodyguards. Questing Knights. 2 Questing Knights, interesting. You hardly ever see Questing Knights, haven't really seen them since Warhammer 2, and when you do see them brought in Warhammer 3, they just kind of underperform. But Grail Knights as well, going to be doing Grail Knight things, running things over with the Hippogriffs. Spearmen at arms up in the front. We have some more on the flank as well with 2 Field Trebuchets, very, very defensive Bretonnian position. It's interesting. But we also have a Damsel, and of course, Regrowth and Power Stone. But let's speed things up. Let's see, can the Double Frost Wyrm deal with Louen and his band of Hippogriffs? Yeah, these peasant mobs are going to keep getting shot at by the Horse Archers. Not really going to do a whole lot of damage. Now they're going to switch over to the Field Trebuchets. We have a Hawks of Miska going on the Field Trebuchets, which are currently aimed at the Kislevite warriors, who will definitely beat the peasant mobs and help out with the Cav fights of the Bretonnian side. Hawks of Miska do okay. I mean, they do a little bit of damage to the Field Trebuchets. They're now getting into the Spearmen at arms. You know, I mean, they're Spearmen. It's some value. It's not really anything to scoff at. But Ice Witch moves up a little too close, and the Bretonnian side tries to punish that. But the Kislev side is going to reel back real quick because they don't want any of that. But instead, they're going to collapse on these Questing Knights in the forest and take them out relatively quickly. As you can see, they are just absolutely melting, having to deal with Double Frost Wyrm, the Kossite dervishes, and the Kislev warriors. It's a little bit too much for the Kislev to be investing just to take out one Questing Knight. I mean, when you see these Hippogriff Knights, I definitely would send those Kossite dervishes away to get around on the Questing Knights. But you also have another one back here anyway, so it's not a big deal. Same over here on this side. One Field Trebuchet is being shut down. Even another here, but they're going to be dealt with by the Grail Knights very, very quickly, just like those Questing Knights got dealt with. The Kossars with spears and being hit by his Hellstorm, while also having to fight the Hippogriff Knights and King Louen as well. This is going to be a big, very powerful, meaningful fight for both sides. How this thing turns out is going to determine the rest of the fight, and might even determine the winner. Hawks of Miska is going to be hitting the Hippogriff Knights, and Louen going to do more damage to the Questing Knights and the Hippogriff Knights. Does it also slow them down as well? Yes, it does. It provides that frostbite plus the discourage. So it's going to have those Hippogriff Knights rout, which is really, really nice. Very nice catch. We do get a regrowth on top of them, so hopefully they can come back soon, and they most likely will. Infantry fight going, you know, no surprise, better for the Kislev side. Kossite dervishes continue trying to chase down those trebuchets to make sure they do not come back. But the Spearmen on arms do stop them in their tracks and allow the Grail Knights to sandwich them in. Hippogriff Knights do have 9 models left, so once they do come back, They'll still have a lot of damage output to put out, but in return, the frost worms as well are barely damaged, especially the non-lord variant. So they have a lot of work to still put out. The horse archers still have plenty of ammunition as well, 6 volleys on this one, and I mean, they don't really do a whole lot of damage, but they can pick and poke at the Hippogriff Knights while they fight the Cossars with spears, which is an odd choice to go after, honestly. They're now going to be hit by the Hellstorm. Going to do it is more friendly fire damage, luckily. But typical flying unit shenanigans, some of them are just not going to land and just, you know, float in the air gracefully. King Louen may be taking a fight he shouldn't, as he's now taking a beat down by both Frostworms, who, despite being very tired, it's still a 2v1 scenario. So you definitely don't want to be fighting that. But yeah, these Cossars are going to continue to chip away at the Royal Hippogriff Knights. You really need to shut those down as soon as possible. Maybe send in some questing knights to help out with that, help out with King Louen there, as they're desperately needed to be shut down. Did I say questing knights? Yes, questing knights. But nonetheless, King Louen desperately needs some help. The Grow Knights are going to come in here to save the King of Bretonnia, and that's exactly the help they needed. Frostworms having a little struggle with their animations, but now finally starting to kick in. That is the beautiful animation there. That is their best animation, in my opinion, aside from the one that slides them out of combat. Obviously, that one's fantastic as well. The Royal Hippogriff Knights trying to chase off these questing knights, but not really worth it. Definitely want to be over here in the main fight engagement, getting like rear charges on these Frostworms, or maybe even shutting down these Cossars or something. But it's definitely not worth chasing down. I meant to say horse archers, not questing knights, but nonetheless, Hawks of Mishka going down and doing some pretty solid work there against those spearmen at arms, even to those Grow Knights specifically. Yeah, those Grow Knights are getting absolutely chewed through by those Hawks of Mishka, plus that Discourage, sending them packing, even losing a few models there, quite unfortunately for them. Very close fight so far. We don't have a lot left on the field for the Bretonnian side. The trebuchets are not coming back. The one is routing at the moment, though if they do come back, that'd help out not a whole lot, so it doesn't really matter too much. Grow Knights do get a regrowth, so eventually they'll come back as well. They only need 28 models. So what else do we have? A whole bunch of infantry routing. We do have some questing knights here, and what is this? Some more questing knights. They're going to get a rear charge on the Cossars, but obviously they are braced as they are a spear unit. So, but once those guys rout, oh, we do have some Grow Knights to come back, and they do catch onto those horse archers. So as long as they stay in that engagement, we can have the rest of Bretonnia pick and choose their fights over here. But King Louen is taking quite a bit of a beating from that Frostworm. But in return, the Frostworm gets KO'd. Oh my god. Just that freaking nuked their HP. Insane. I thought they would just rout or shatter, but no, they just immediately get just nuked. King Louen and the Hippogriff Knights turning that thing around. Hawks of Mishka, not going to do any friendly fire, of course, but either way, the Bretonnians do escape out of that real quickly as soon as they see it. Quick reflexes. But yeah, Louen is routing 977 HP. He can regen some. Hellstorm coming down. It's a very nice Hellstorm down the Grow Knights. Ooh, that's just absolutely obliterating them. And that's probably going to be it for the Bretonnian side, as the Hippogriff Knights are just going to be poked and prodded by the archers, the Cossars, which are very hard to deal with. That's one of the main problems for the Bretonnian side, having to fight against them, is their multitudes of cheap ranged infantry that just have spears and just poke away at your units and are very hard to deal with. Kind of like Lothern Sea Guard, but just like so much better with By Our Blood. And I think they're cheaper than, but I could be wrong, than the Lothern Sea Guard. But King Louen is trying his best to scrap it back, and he could if he shuts down the ice switch. I was saying that this is going to the Kislev side, but I mean, if King Louen's leadership holds, and he's at 38 down to 20, if it holds and they can KO this ice switch, who is surrounded by a whole bunch of halberds, things could turn around for the Bretonnian side, and King Louen could seal the win for Bretonnia. But By Our Blood procs, saving that leadership on the ice switch, will that be enough? Will that be enough? King Louen goes King Lowen's leaving. He's going home, selling back to Bretonnia. How are things going to happen from here on out? We do have the Grow Knights still up and kicking. Can the Grow Knights be dragged down by the Kislev warriors in time for the Kislev side to win this? I'm not sure. They're going to keep cycle charging. They're going to keep running things around as the Damsel of Life tries to slowly whittle them down. The Ice Witch does get routed off. Almost killed here. 9 HP. Will the Grow Knights just hit there once? And it does. Will that be enough leadership hit to matter? I don't know, because it is Kislev at the end of the day. They do not care if their lord dies. They will continue to fight. But in return, King Louen gets a regrowth. I think Bretonnians might have this. I don't know, though. King Louen is all that's left. These Grow Knights only have 10 freaking models, 693. Yes, the Damsel of Life can just run around and, disrupt the shooting of the Kislevite units. But that's all they can really do. I mean, these Grow Knights are gone. I mean, 10 models. They take one final volley there, and they should be dissipating, right? They should be going. They should be routing. There we go. They had that Kislevite leadership for a moment there. But they are finally now gone. They have potential to come back still. But one should expect them to rout as soon as they come back, right? But there goes the Damsel of Life, possibly. I mean, look how tight this game is. Despite how tattered the Kislevite units are, is by our blood, and just see how good Cost Archers Spears are. Horse Archers are even shooting in there. It is crazy. If it wasn't Kislev, this wouldn't be as close of a game. But Bretonnia is just scrapping this back. King Louen is taking this win for Bretonnia. Can they do it? I'm not sure. The Horse Archers doing continuously firing in. I think it's just BOP. Just this struggle. This is actually a struggle, but it's just Kislev BOP power. Just that is how BOP power. That is just Kislev BOP being screwy as usual. But as well, the Bretonnian side is just playing this really, really well. And though King Louen shatters, and I think that's just going to be spelling the end for Bretonnia. But nice scrap back attempt there from Bretonnia. I mean, King Louen was holding the entirety of his army on his freaking back there. I mean, so did the Hippogriff Knights for quite a while. But Kislev, but King Louen there, just, his bodyguards, his Hippogriffs left, and he decided, I am putting everything here now on the field, and I'm not leaving until my freaking body is broken and battered and can no longer work. Even though he's a ground on, obviously he regens. Lore wise, he still fought it back as much as possible. He tried to take the win for Bretonnia and couldn't do it. His peasants and his Grells just they didn't hang on long enough for him. 2226 and 1896, but also it's just Kislev, right? His peasants are no match for the quote unquote peasants or lowly Kislevites of the Kislev army. But yeah, 1896 and 2226, fantastic all around. No surprise that this is why the Frostworms are just so good right now. They just are really good goon squad units. Goon squad is not the right gang squad. Yeah. 973 here. Yeah, these guys are gooners. All of Kislev are gooners. 1496, 236. Yeah, King Louen just doing his best. 1500 value there. 3111 on the Grow Knights. Did fantastic. Questy Knights, of course, just did mediocre at best. I mean, one of them just got absolutely ran over early on, which is quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. 2367 on the Hippogriff Knights. But yeah, maybe the Questy Knight could have stuck around a little bit longer, but at the same time, even if they didn't get picked off early on, they're just, at the end of the day, they're Questy Knights. They're going to be very mediocre. I'm sure they probably would take a while to even deal with Kislev, the Cossars of Spears. So, I mean, they have no other, like, armored unit to go after, really, aside from, like, the Frostworms. But even then, they're just not that great at it. Yeah, solid game. Well played to Last Mohican and Ash. Good game, guys. Catch you guys next time with another one. Bye-bye.